Welcome to Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. Our show brings you closer to the heart of Texas A&M athletics through powerful stories of perseverance, purpose, and life-changing opportunities made possible by 12th Man Foundation donors. From student athletes and coaches to former students and dedicated staff, you'll hear firsthand how donor support shapes the lives of Aggie student athletes in competition and beyond. Whether you're a lifelong Aggie or simply curious about what makes Texas A&M so special, you're in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Howdy, and welcome back to another episode of Answering the Call, the official podcast of the 12th Man Foundation. I'm your host, Ivy Robinson, and today I'm sitting in studio with Aggie women's basketball student athlete, Pien Steenbergen. Pien, thank you so much for being here today and for joining us on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Can you start by just telling us where you are from, what position you play, and a unique fact about yourself that you think not many people know?
Okay, so I'm from the Netherlands, and I play the guard forward position. And the fact about me that people probably don't know is, I guess that I've been living on my own since I was 14.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite an accomplishment in itself. 14, that's young to just be on your own. But yeah. Okay, the Netherlands. We've got to talk about this. I am not a big traveler at all. I've only been to a few states in the U.S. I've never been out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the Netherlands, growing up there. Paint the picture, paint the scene for us. What's it like? What's the weather like? What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Tell me about that.
I mean, I love it. I miss it when I'm here. Obviously, my whole family's there. I lived there my whole life. I never really expected to get out the country, and live somewhere else. But I'm happy I'm here, first of all. But the Netherlands, it's cold now. It rains a lot. And so I'm kind of happy that it's nice out here now.
Yeah.
But I live in a very small town. I lived there basically my whole life, like 10,000 people, know everybody. My whole family lives there. We bike everywhere. I bike to the grocery store. I bike to school. I bike to see my friends. Like, it's very normal. So, yeah, that's kind of it.
I read online that the Netherlands is known for their iconic tulip fields.
Oh, yes.
Are they just like everywhere? Or was that close to where you grew up? Or is it like certain parts?
There's like a very big, like famous tulip field, I guess. It's more up north. So it's like an hour drive from me. But it's also very touristy. I've been there before, like once, and it's beautiful. But it's mostly only like during the April, March time where it's big, like a lot of people go there. But yeah, it's great.
When did you come to the U.S.?
I was 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So I played at Liberty University before in Virginia. Played there for 3 years, and then now I transferred here.
How specifically did you first start playing the game of basketball? Like, why this sport? How did you get into it?
I think I was around like 10 years old, and my dad and my sister and my brother played. And so I was always like in the gym with them, watching them play and practice. And I was always just like throwing balls too, So my dad was like, why don't you just join and join us in practice? So I would practice with my sister because she's like a year older than me. So basically the same age. So we would practice together. Our dad would train us. And ever since then, I just started liking it more and more, and then started practicing more, going to different teams to like get better and stuff. So yeah.
Is it a big sport in the Netherlands?
It's getting bigger now, but it's not really like the main sport, no.
What is the main sport?
Soccer and field hockey.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're a boy, you do soccer. If you're a girl, you do field hockey.
Really?
So I've done both too, but I like basketball better, yeah.
What do you love specifically about this sport? What puts it at top in your mind?
I think just the fast pace, and anything can happen. Like, there's always something going on. It's never boring to watch. You can always, like, there's, I don't know, like 5 people and anybody can have their game, I really like that.
Did you ever have a moment, like when you were growing up, where you thought maybe basketball, like at what point, I guess this is a better way to ask this question, at what point did you decide basketball was your favorite and it was maybe something you wanted to continue on a college level?
I think it was when I got selected for the national team when I was 14 years old. So that's when I kind of realized that I was pretty good at it, I guess. And then we went to like tournaments in other countries and we were traveling and I was like, wait, this is really fun. So that's when I really started to like get serious at it and practicing more. And then I moved to Amsterdam to play for an academy there. And once I was there, people were talking about, after I graduated from high school, you can go to college in America and have school and basketball together because combining it in the Netherlands is pretty hard at a college level. And I was like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. Like, I want to try that. So that's kind of how.
Did you have any friends or connections who did that kind of like right before you, who gave you advice? Or were you kind of like the first one who was like, yeah, I want to try this over in America. Like, I'm going to do this. Like, did you have anyone you looked up to who had done that?
So there, like, at the academy I played at, there were previous girls that would, like, go to America and play college there. I didn't know them personally, but I did know a couple that did the same thing. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, I want to try that. And then my head coach there, she's American. So she kind of, like, told me about it, and she got me into contact with coaches here, and yeah.
What was that moment like for you when you found out you made the national team? I mean, that is awesome. Do you remember where you were, or like what was going through your mind emotion-wise?
I remember like being in a practice gym, like them telling me that I made it to the team, because they like do like selection practices and stuff like that. And just hearing my name, I was very excited. I don't think I really noticed that like knew what it meant to play for my country, but being able to put that jersey on and put the Netherlands, in front of my chest, and like playing against other countries and being able to do that every year now it's great. Yeah.
So let's talk about Liberty. And when you made that transition, came over to the US, why Liberty? Tell me how that opportunity came about and how you think you really grew as a basketball student athlete at that university specifically. What did it teach you? What did that season teach you?
Yeah, so like I said, my coach at the academy, she's American, and she had some connections. So she also knew the assistant coach at Liberty. So that's kind of how I got in contact with him, started calling with him, and then also like some other coaches. But I went on a visit there with my parents. That was my first time ever in America. So it was a shock, a culture shock.
Wow. What did y'all do? What all did you do on the trip? Did y'all like stay over here for a while? Was it just a week or?
It was like 3 days because that's really all you can do like for an official visit.
Okay, yeah.
So it's only like a couple of hours that like they can pay for your stuff, stuff like that. So we did just the basics, I guess. Like we went to Walmart, we went to Chick-fil-A, like, stuff like that I've never done before. And I've kept saying like, oh, it's just like the movies, because that's all I knew about America. Like I seen the yellow school bus. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just like the movies.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a shock, but it was great. And I was like, yeah, this is where I want to go.
So you knew in that moment when you stepped onto the campus, you're like, this is a great opportunity. I want to be here. That's awesome. Who do you think at Liberty University really helped you grow and develop as a basketball student athlete?
Yeah, I think like the coaches just bringing me in was huge, not like obviously I knew how to speak English and stuff like that, but just going from different cultures, different countries, like not seeing my family for almost a whole year, it was hard. So I think they definitely like took me in as a family. So that was great. Coach Green and his wife, like he would let me stay at the house a lot, and Coach Gerard, they would just feel like home. So that was very nice. And then I've made some great friends over there. So I think they definitely helped me develop as a player and as a person as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you had some success when you were at Liberty. I know you helped lead them to the 2025 NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
What an accomplishment. Tell me about that season specifically, because that was recent.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me about some highlights from that season and what the NCAA tournament was like being a part of that program.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, my first 2 years, we ended second. We lost in the finals both the years. So we were like, okay, this is our year. Like the seniors that were leaving, I was very close with them. I knew this was going to be our last year together. And in the back of my head, I knew I wanted to like go to a different school too after. So I was like, okay, this is the year where we're going to be champions. So even from that summer before, we started talking about it and we knew it was going to happen. So just seeing how that kind of turned out and how it was reality, it was great. And really beating the team that beat us the year before that in the finals, like beating them in the finals, yeah, it was awesome.
And what was going through your mind in terms of coming to Texas A&M, you said you knew you wanted to continue your career at a different school. What was it about Texas A&M that really drew you to this university and made you go, yeah, this is the place for me. Like, I want to continue my basketball career here. Why Texas A&M?
Yeah, I mean, being in a portal, it was very overwhelming, obviously. There's so many schools, reaching out, and it's hard to, like, pick a school from that because you're like, okay, what do I look at? Like, how do I connect with the coaches? But it also, like, has to be in, like, a short amount of period. So I think coming on a visit here, I really just noticed how the coaches are like friends. Like they're all so close to each other and they're all so close to the players as well. And that's something that I really wanted. Like I feel like I can have real relationships with the coaches, but also have that make me be a better player. Like Coach Joni, she coached at the Olympics team and her resume is great. Coach Chelsea played in the league, like having people like that around you, I feel like really will make you a better player. So that's what I was looking for, and that's what I found.
What surprised you most about Texas A&M when you first got here? Like, did anything shock you or surprise you?
I think the 12th man and all the traditions. I mean, I've heard about it, and obviously on my visit here, like we did like a whole tour, and like they would tell me about all this stuff, but I didn't really like know what it meant until I came here and I came to games and I would see like the 12th man really be there every game. It was great, and it makes me excited to see them at our games.
Absolutely. That 12th man, it's world renowned and it's second to none. And just the support that Aggie fans have for this school is incredible. It's really, really fun to see on game days. I've heard that this women's basketball team this year is just extremely close, tight-knit. Y'all got, really close in a short amount of time. And I've heard y'all are charismatic, have a lot of energy. How would you describe the culture this year and the team dynamic? What do you think basketball fans would want to know about this team specifically?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of new players, but I think that really helped because we all came into a new environment and we all like try to figure it out together. So during this summer, we really got close very fast. Most of our players are also from mid-majors, so we were all like, okay, we're going to SEC school now. Like, we have to, step it up. And then the coaches, they're pushing us every single day. So we kind of need each other to, like, lean on each other, during hard days and hard times. And we really did that, and I feel like we still are. But, yeah, we have so many different characters in our team. Like, we have people that don't stop talking, We have, like, different cultures, too, like different countries and stuff like that. And I feel like that really... yeah, it really helps, and it's great, yeah.
It keeps things interesting and fun, and I mean, you get to learn so much when you get to work alongside or chase after a common goal with people who aren't exactly like you. That's what makes a team great is everybody brings their strengths and their different backgrounds and can contribute in unique ways. Tell me about, just getting better under Joni and the coaching staff. Who has really so far poured into you? Who has made a difference in you in terms of just your game on the court and then maybe your strength and like mental toughness, your mental focus?
Yeah, I think the coaching staff does a great job at everybody has like their own role. Like we have like position coaches so I work out with Coach Darius a lot because he's my position coach. So we do a lot of like shooting drills and stuff like that. I feel like Reagan, our GA, does a great job. He's always in the gym. You can watch film with him. He knows a lot about the game as well, so that's been very helpful. And then Coach Yo, too, like strength and conditioning, like it's been great. Like I have never felt this strong. So, yeah, she pushes us for sure, but it's great.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the student-athlete resources you've been able to utilize here, whether it's nutrition, sports medicine, mental health services, whatever it may be, the academic center. What has really impressed you and really helped you develop as both a competitor and a student here?
Yeah, I think it's very nice to see how important school is as well. Next to being a basketball player, like Coach Joni talks about it all the time. We're not just basketball players. Like there's going to be a life after this. And I feel like they really prepare you for that here, which is great. Like with the Learning Center, I have it twice a week, so just having somebody, like if I needed to help me with stuff like that or read over stuff. Like, obviously, this is my second language, so it's like it can be hard sometimes in some classes.
Absolutely.
So just people being there for me to help me. And then I love Olivia too, our nutritionist. She's great. So she always like talks to us about, what do you eat before, what do you eat after. Sleep is very important. So we have a lot of talks about that, which is great too.
What's been the best piece of advice that maybe like one of the nutritionists here, or you were talking about Olivia, like what's something that she has taught you that has really made a difference, maybe like in your energy level, or like whether it's something you eat, or like, is there like a little life hack you can share with the listeners about good nutrition and eating habits?
I think the thing that I like most is having a routine. So with eating as well, like we have a routine in basketball and in practice. So I think having a routine with eating helps, finding the times like and what helps for you. So I love eating a sandwich before practice, and I literally eat the same thing every day. And being able to go to Clark here, like, it's awesome. And they like you can just go there and make your own sandwich, and they have different types of food too. But yeah, I really like having a routine. So I eat the same thing for breakfast every morning. I eat the same thing for lunch. And then for dinner, I'll just see what they have out there.
Change it up.
Yeah, change it up.
Test out Clark.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's your go-to breakfast?
So I toast a bagel, and then I put eggs on it and bacon on it, and then eat it.
Oh gosh, that sounds awesome.
It is great.
I love bagels. It sounds like a little like breakfast sandwich.
Yeah,
on a bagel. Yeah,
I make it myself every morning.
And what's that sandwich you make every single day for lunch?
So it's a turkey bacon sandwich.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's great.
What do you think is your favorite meal at Clark?
Their steak is always good. I love steak. And then they make good pasta too. Like they make it fresh and whatever you want in it. Yeah. Yeah. They do a good job.
I love asking this question to all of our athletes. What other Aggie sport have you experienced so far here that was like really fun? What sports have you gone to so far? And do you have a favorite game that you've been to?
Yeah, I love going to other people's games. Like I love supporting each other as athletes. I went to a lot of soccer games and to a couple of volleyball games. And I think my favorite soccer game was like in the summer at some point, and they were tied. And I remember I was there with a couple of our teammates, and we were just screaming because it was so close.
Was Nye there?
Yeah,
she loves soccer too. Yeah,
That Nye was there, Fats was there, Vanessa. Yeah, we all love to go to the games. And there was this one game that I remember that it was so close, and then they scored like in one of the last minutes. We were all so happy and jumping, and yeah, it was great.
So what are you studying here, and how do you balance the demands of both your basketball aspirations, and then also responsibilities of keeping up with your work as a student?
Yeah, so I'm studying architecture, which is pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
You need a lot of time for that, which I don't have. So I think it's great that we have like the learning centers, like it's moments where you can really focus on doing your homework. So having times like that where I can really just focus on it is great. And architecture is something that I love to do. Like I've always wanted to do something like that. So being able to do that next to being able to be an athlete, which I also love, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Being able to pursue both of those interests, those passions. Yeah. And the resources here that are helping you accomplish that. Sounds like it's working out and it's been beneficial for you. Outside of basketball, this brings up a good point, but outside of basketball, are there any other passions or interests that you have, like hobbies or?
I like to, be with my family. Like I feel like I miss them a lot, especially my sister. We were very close. And then I like to read. I like to have like some downtime, like color, just chill, listen to music, watch some shows. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite book?
I love the Colleen Hoover books. Yeah, I'm a big romance book girl. Yeah. So I would say her books are great. But yeah, big romance book.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. When you look back on your journey so far, what are the life lessons and mottos that have kept you going, to push through, to keep chasing after this dream of continuing your education and playing the sport you love? What are kind of the life lessons and mottos you hold close to your heart?
First of all, God. I became a Christian 2 years ago. So I think that's been a big part of my life. And then also doing it for my family. Like I'm kind of leaving them behind, to pursue my dreams. So I just want to show them that they can be proud of me. So that's like getting me through it.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Did you become a Christian at Liberty?
Yeah, I did.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I meant to ask you about this earlier. Your family, it sounds like they're a huge part of your life. Family means a lot to me as well. What do you think they taught you as a young girl that has made you who you are today? What are some of those values that they taught you when you were younger?
Yeah, just never doubt yourself. They've never doubted me. They have always stood behind me. Doesn't matter what I do, if I go out the house at 14 or if I move to America, like they've always been very supportive and be my number one fans. And just having those people, standing behind me means a lot. So just to keep pushing and, if I believe in myself, then that's all I need.
Were they athletes themselves as well? Like, did they?
Well, they both played like some sports growing up, but never like at a high level. No.
Yeah. But the love for sports was always there.
Yeah. We've always been a big sport family. Yeah, for sure.
What would be your advice to a young athlete who maybe has a similar path or is wanting to take a similar path, maybe overseas, wanting to come to the U.S.? What's your advice to them if they're listening to this right now?
I would say to just get better every day. 1% every day, it'll get you a lot further than you think. Don't put a limit on yourself. Don't believe people that tell you that you can't do anything. You believe in something that you can make it happen.
Looking forward, can you tell us what your goals are for yourself and then for your time beyond Texas A&M? Where do you see yourself headed in this life and what are your goals beyond?
Yeah, so for this year, just, being in a new team, I feel like I want to just, grow as a player, as a person. And I think I can do that a lot here. My goals for after is playing pro, whether that's overseas or staying in America, like any opportunities of playing pro, that's like the first thing that I want to do. And then after that, I want to be an architect, but that'll come when I'm older and can't play anymore.
Yeah. Do you think, like Joni and her staff, did they really emphasize, like when the ball stops bouncing one day, do they have conversations with y'all about that? Like, is that something that they're constantly talking about, you would say?
Yeah, for sure. Joni has this, like a group that she meets every month. It's called Beyond Basketball, where she talks about like life beyond basketball. And I think she does a great job at, telling us that, yes, we are working hard now, but don't just put everything here. Like also think about, what's after basketball. And I told her that I want to play pro. And she's like, okay, well, that's going to happen. And like, if you want to do that, it's going to happen. So we're going to prepare you for that too. So like the practices are like very similar to like pro team practices, which is great too.
Yeah. I mean, they're helping y'all prepare for that next level and that next step. Okay. Well, final question for you today. Why are you specifically proud to now wear the maroon and white and be an Aggie and be a part of this great university?
Yeah, I think having so many fans stand behind us and just hearing everybody talk about how excited they are to watch us play, like it's great. And just, this university, it has a lot of history, which is also awesome. And I think that, I want to be a part of that too. So, yeah.
Pien Steenbergen on Answering the Call podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Answering the Call. If you're enjoying the show, please rate and follow us on your podcast streaming platform of choice so you can be the first to know when a new episode drops. As always, a big thank you to our incredible podcast producer, Megan Rohde, to 12th Man Productions, and Texas A&M Athletics NIL Department. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every donor and season ticket holder for always answering the call through loyal support of Texas A&M Athletics and our student athletes. We'll be back soon with more content. Thanks, and gig 'em.